Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jacqueline, but my friends call me Jaqi. If this is your first time here, thank you so much for stopping by, and please do not forget to hit the subscribe button before you leave. If this isn't your first time, thank you for coming back. So today I am giving you guys my foundation routine, okay? Yes, natural, exactly how I like it. So let's get into it. First thing I do is to prime. I'm not very particular about the primers that I use, to be honest, so I'm just using the ColourPop one and the Xyron one, mixing them together for that perfect skin prep. So the next thing that I do after I prime, I wait a couple of minutes, maybe 2 minutes, just to let my skin absorb that, and then I go in with my foundation. I'm using the Huda Beauty foundation here in Nutmeg, but guys, I'm telling you, foundation match is probably the most important thing when it comes to foundation application. I feel like if you get your foundation to match your skin perfectly well, it's going to reduce the stress that you have when you're applying your makeup, honestly. So I really try to match my foundation to my chest or my arms as much as I possibly can. My face is slightly lighter than my body these days, so sometimes I go darker, really, it depends. Sometimes my face is way darker than my body, so I go lighter. It just depends. I just pay attention to my, skin, and it does help. I'm not gonna lie, it does help that I'm a makeup artist, so sometimes I have all these other shades at my disposal that everyday people might not have, because most people just have one foundation that they use. But that's the most important thing, color matching. Just match your skin perfectly. That reduces your stress, I tell you. So I had to reduce the light a bit because it was really bright. I was filming with daylight. So another thing is tools. I like to use a brush. Sometimes I would use a sponge, but I find that just, to change things up a bit, but I find that using a brush for me is the best thing. Am I going with a sponge later to just, take off the excess, but a brush is the main thing for me. So onto concealer. I really don't do much again. I try to avoid my under eye as much as possible, or to put very little foundation there, whenever I'm doing my foundation routine. So the concealer just helps to lift that area. As you can see, honestly, for the most part, I really don't do that whole triangle, a lot of concealer thing on the face. I really don't do that because it's just, this is not practical for every day, to be honest. Yeah, so I just put the concealer where I need them. I do have bags, as you can see in the video, so I concentrate the product there and use a beauty blender to blend this out. On myself, I prefer to use a beauty blender, but on my clients, sometimes I use a brush. And then I'm going in with a slightly lighter concealer just to put in those bags, in the bags, exactly where my bags are, and that's going to help to further lift that area. I don't like to do much really. I put a bit of concealer on the bridge of my nose because I have a flat bridge. And then after I blend my concealer out, I will take my foundation brush and just blend everything further so that you don't see where my concealer starts and where my foundation ends, just so everything blends seamlessly together. So now on to setting. I like to use a translucent powder first. So I'm going in with my RCMA powder here. Sometimes I use the Laura Mercier one and I'm out of that. So I go in with this first and I just press it into the skin. Sometimes I use a sponge, sometimes I use a brush, but today I'm using a brush. So I just really saturate, my brush with the product and just press it in to set the concealer. So this is doing to ensure that the concealer doesn't move throughout the day. So very lightly. I really don't bake also, but I don't mind baking. It just depends on the look that I'm going for. But today I'm not going to be baking. So I just set my concealed areas, and then most times actually I would go in with the concealer. Most times I would go in with the same powder all over the face to just set, right? Just because I feel like that just gives the powder that I'm going to use next, a good foundation to sit on. So next up, I'm going to use my face powder. Guys, it's also very important that you have a face powder that matches your skin perfectly. That's what's going to give you that effortless, natural beat. So here I'm using my my Estee Lauder powder and a powder brush, and I'm using it very, very lightly. I don't like to look cakey, so I don't use too much powder. I don't use too much powder at all. And I try to put very minimal product on my forehead too, because when your forehead starts to get messy, like oily during the day, it's not a good look. So next up, I'm just using this contour shade to slightly contour my face. If you see me in person, my face is kind of small. So I really don't know about contouring heavily, I'm not trying to look skeletal or anything. So I just go very lightly on my forehead, under my cheekbone. I go on my nose also with a smaller brush just to give myself a bridge. I really don't contour my nose again. I just give myself a bridge because that place is really flat. So as you can see, it just gives some dimension, some definition to that area. Yeah, it's also important that you learn the type of face that you have. You study your face, your bone structure, not just use all the videos that you see on YouTube. You know what I mean? It's important that you contour for your face shape, for your bone structure, and that's what gives you that effortless look as opposed to looking fake. So now I'm just using that translucent powder to carve out my cheekbones some more. Just going a little bit underneath my contour just to clean it up a bit, not to make it look extremely sharp or anything or harsh, just to give it some more definition. And it's also good to run your brush that has a translucent powder over anywhere that you feel like is looking too dark or too harsh, and that would just help blend everything out. So for the face, this is what I do mainly. I'm gonna go off now and finish up my brows and eyes, and I will be right back. And I'm back. So onto blush. Sometimes I use the blush, sometimes I don't. It usually depends on the kind of lipstick that I'm using anyways. So I know that I'm going for a nude look today, and I know that sometimes has the tendency to wash your face out, like to wash you out, like the color to drain you. So I'm going in with like a pinkish reddish blush here, just to bring back some life and warmth to my skin. And then periodically I will use my powder brush to just blend everything out. Again, you want everything seamless. It's very, very important. So up next, I'm just gonna use my setting spray and put that all over my face. Yes, it's very important that you actually spray it first away from your face, just in case, you don't want to get those spots on your face. And then I'll usually go in with my beauty blender to just press that product in. To be honest with you, this doesn't really do much for, help my makeup last longer or anything, but it does take away that powdery look and makes it look even more natural. So that's what I really like about it. Next up, I'm going to use Gold Deposit Highlighter. This is one of my faves. I love this one, and I love the Physicians Formula one. The days that I'm going for a really natural bit, I use the Physicians Formula one, but the Gold Deposit has my heart. So I'm just pushing this into the skin, not using too much in a way that your face starts to look oily. I'm putting this on my cheekbone, like the high point, in such a way that when I look forward, you can't really see anything on my cheek, but when I turn to the side, it catches the light and it's very flattering. And then I'm going to put some of that highlighter on, in fact not that one, because I'm using the Physicians Formula one here because it's softer. So I'm using this on my nose, just on that bridge area again. I'm not taking it all the way to the tip of my nose, nah, just that bridge area that I want to bring forward. That's pretty much it for what I do for my face, my foundation routine. It's really, really simple. I try not to do too much, all that baking, reverse contouring, this one, that one, And it also depends on the kind of, look that I'm going for and the event and all of that. It depends on the weather also. It depends on the weather because you don't want your makeup melting off and stuff. Yeah, like I said, I would use my powder brush to just go over everything to make sure that everything is seamless. And for the most part, this is what I do. This is my routine. I know there's nothing gang or special about it. It's not extra or anything, but it's highly functional for me at least. Yep, pout test. And yeah, this is the video I have for you guys today, and I hope you enjoyed it. I mean, I know that people have different routines out there, but this is mine and I love it. Let me know what you guys think about this video in the comment section down below, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please subscribe. All right. I tried to give you guys some slow-mos. Not a slow-mo, it's not a slow-mo, to be honest. But yeah, that's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. So yeah, that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe down below and please like this video. All right, guys, till I see you next time. All right, thank you so much for watching. Mwah. Bye.